researcher, we often find ourselves facing tight deadlines and struggling to produce high-quality written work within a short period of time. This is where ChatGPT, a powerful language model trained by OpenAI, comes in to help. ChatGPT can assist you in generating ideas, outlining your work, and even drafting your writing. However, it's important to use this tool intelligently and ethically to ensure that your work is original and credible. In this webinar, we will be discussing the various ways in which you can use ChatGPT to speed up your academic writing process while maintaining high standard of originality and ethical conduct. We will cover the benefits and limitations of using ChatGPT, as well as strategies for using it effectively and avoiding plagiarism. We have invited the experts in the field to share his insight and experience with us. However, before we started the interesting session with the speaker, let me read the profile of Dr. Andri Alamsyah. Dr. Andri Alamsyah, taking his bachelor from Faculty of Mathematics and Natural Science, Bandung Institute of Technology, with his final project topic focused in time series. Then he continued his school to the Magister Multimedia Information System in French at Université de Picardie Juve Anyang. Then in 2017, he continued to the doctoral program at Electrical Engineering and Informatics ITB, with focusing in the topic of big data and social networks. Currently, in his research works, mainly focusing in social computing, computational social science, big data analytics, social network analysis, blockchain technology, complex network, graph theory, statistics, text mining, business model and ecosystem, technology disruption, tokenomics, and virtual economy, especially in social computing application in economy, the business, and management, include personalized marketing, knowledge management, customer relationship management, diffusion information or communication, and people analytics. Please welcome Dr. Andri. Thank you for your time to being here with us today. It is my honor to moderate the interesting topic today about how to use ChatGPT in academic writing process intelligently and ethically. While Dr. Andri delivering the topic, please don't be hesitant to take your question in Zoom chat box when I will manage effectively in Q&A session after this. Remember, for the question that chosen in the Q&A session will get the conference grant or free feed to follow the conference that will be held by the LSF. Your time is 70 minutes, Dr. Andri. I will remind 5 minutes before time is up. Okay, now the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Ratno, for a very nice introduction. Good afternoon from Indonesia. Maybe good morning and good evening from all of you from any part of the world. So today is a wonderful opportunity. We have a phenomenal technology called ChatGPT. Thank you also for RSF, Bu Ani, Bu Santi, Bu Yani for arranging this wonderful event. Yeah, so I will explain a bit about ChatGPT. I'm not calling myself as an expert because ChatGPT is only about 5 or 4 months old. It's far from we call ourselves as an expert, but I have played around a little bit with ChatGPT, so I can give you some tips and tricks on how to work with that. Maybe some of you doesn't know or doesn't get the idea of ChatGPT. I will introduce a little bit about it, a background, why it's so powerful, and in which area they are not so powerful. They are also, like Ms. No said before, there are limitations in this technology. I will share my screen. It is on the desktop. Can you see? Sorry, this one is chatting. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir. It's already appeared.
Okay, this is my slide. Okay, so I have been introduced, so I'm not going to introduce myself. Maybe I will put more focus on my research. I have a lab for social computing and big data. We produce a lot of publication. Mainly, we do quantification of human and social behavior using a large scale of data, including big data. I start around 1 decade ago, and now I moved a little bit to the blockchain technology because it's a more challenging area. We are, as a researcher, we need to explore more about it. So I have also in below here we have a lot of I have a lot with my team research that you can maybe you can criticize, you can call, you can cite it, or we can collaboration with me. I have also with profession association in data science and also in a blockchain technology in Indonesia. So this is my a profile, a little bit about my publication. Not too big, not too low. It's a medium. So recently I have been see that ChatGPT can make my writing quite fast, yeah, quite quickly, yeah. I have a latest Q1 publication. I only write it around 2-3 months, yeah, because the research is already there, but I need the idea how to write it. So I use a bit about ChatGPT. Why I said a bit, because when I submit the publication and I have been reviewed and there is a correction about the publication. Most of the correction is about why my writing is not very efficient. I write maybe some sentence over and over again, and finally I myself see that my writing is not really clear, so I use this one, ChatGPT. So what is the agenda today? I will explain a bit about AI context and understanding language, so you get the idea why this one is so important, yeah. And then what is ChatGPT, and also ChatGPT use case, I mean some feature of ChatGPT, and the last thing is about how we implement to the academic writing. The first one, as you know, what is ChatGPT is one form of AI, or artificial intelligence. So here is very important on what is artificial intelligence is a program or computer that can learn, that can understand, yeah, that can find the reason, yeah, infer the idea, extracting new idea, perceive using vision, hearing, something like that, and also we can interact, yeah, interact with a human. And then naturally, there are a lot of development in technology, especially in big data area. We understand big data. We have data analytics with the data science to finding the pattern on large scale data. And also we in the computer science we explore a lot of machine learning. And it turned out in this decade, 2020, we are now have many product or many massive product. I'm sorry, this picture is quite disturbing. You can see the picture. Okay, I'm sorry. Maybe the admin can remove the picture, the video. Okay. Okay, so thank you. Okay, then we have we expect to see more in the future. So this is naturally, this is a classification for Nick Bostrom in this book, Super Intelligent. And then we need to know after machine learning, the scientists develop a new methodology called deep learning, and on how we imitate the human to understand the context. Yeah. For example, how to differentiate between a cat and dog. We cannot use traditional machine learning. We need to more advanced machine learning, which naturally use an idea from human cognitive using artificial neural network. Yeah. In Indonesia called jaringan saraf tiruan. How we create we simulate, yeah, how the neural work, and then this become a deep learning, and then the deep learning is supporting a baseline for artificial intelligence today. Yeah, maybe for picture, maybe for video, maybe and especially for what our topic to for text. Yeah, for language. language. Yeah. And then we see that deep learning model, in short, there are two cases. First, discriminant means that we try to differentiate between, let's say, in this picture, a car or a bike, here people or not. Yeah. Or in language, you can see whether these texts have a sentiment positive or negative. Whether when people say something, is this a problem of services or a problem of delivery or a problem of the price is too high, something like that. So computer try to do that automatically. And then there are the two version called generative. Generative means create new data resemble to the old one. So then we can have a new picture, a new product. Yeah, here you can see that a deep fake. There is one people, and then they create the other one, and looks like this the first video. Same with the text. You see that a lot of journalists try to automate what they're writing. Yeah, so they're writing on the same pattern, and then they generate what is the idea or what is the habit that they are writing. So computer can learn their habit, and then they can automatically write this. Yeah. So this one is generative. There are two, discriminative and generative. So ChatGPT is generative. Yeah. So here, okay. Before we go, I'm talking a little bit about natural language processing. Is a part of computer science that teach a computer to analyze, understand, and generate language. Generate means make a conversation. Yeah. So the NLP aims to enable machine to interact with human language as human do. Yeah. So this has a long history of development. Before now, we have a bag of word. There are keyword. This keyword is important. This keyword is not important. So we see that when we have a sentence like this, yeah, sentence like this, the first one which one is determiner, which one is noun, which one is auxiliary, something like that. And then we go further. Yeah, we have a verb phrase, we have a preposition phrase, we have the whole sentence. Yeah, sentence. Yes, the whole sentence. Yeah, and then we see that there is a structure on the sentence, and then we see what is the context of the meaning. So the more complex of the language means we need more methodology. Yeah. So ChatGPT one of them. Yeah. So when you type a ChatGPT, I will show you later. Yeah. Here, what is ChatGPT? ChatGPT is a large-scale language model. Yeah. Means there are a big data source that became the brain of the model. Yeah. Using a transformer is a model that using a mechanism called self-attention. So they calculate the context of the text. Yeah. So here ChatGPT is designed to understand natural language input. I'll put this one. Yeah. And generate text output in response to various prompts. So one of the most exciting about ChatGPT, you don't need a special prompt. This is very important for people that is not a native English speaker, like me. I have a difficulty find some vocabulary. Yeah, so I just type it, and then they can produce something. Maybe they produce wrong, but we can do it later. Yeah, we can do the iteration later. Yeah. So here the same one. Yeah, we have a transformer. There are encoder and decoder. Encoder means they're going to predict the text, and decoder try to create or generate the text. Yeah. So here, transformer, encoder, find like for example, Bert and Roberta. Bert is from Google. Actually, ChatGPT, where we see ChatGPT just recently on 2022. But actually, ChatGPT is already there since 2020. But they are not make it public yet. Not easily accessible. It's hard to access. I mean, you need a special skill like programmer to access it. Same like a bird. Bird is the same like ChatGPT. ChatGPT produced by OpenAI. Bird produced by Google. So they are competing right now. So when you see right now we use ChatGPT, you can expect in the near future Google will publish a new competitor for ChatGPT. So we can see the same trend over and over again. Yeah. So the second one is transformer, create new text, which is we call it generating text. The model is GPT, like we will discuss right now. So it's very exciting that and also disrupting in many ways, and creating new idea and new way of working. So that's why when we compare to other services before, we can see that ChatGPT reached 1 million user in 5 days, yeah, and the other is taking maybe month or year, yeah. So there are no comparable right now. So we can see that this is a new market, yeah. This is new area, and will eventually potentially disrupt many maybe researcher now we become more powerful than ever. As we see that in the general rule, AI is become our tool, and we are the powerful creator using AI to create more advanced or more competitive or better publication, better product, better innovation, something like that. Here, okay, now maybe we can try by demo, because it's easy by demo. Maybe can any one of you open this prompt? Sorry, this address chat.openai.com. So I will try this one. Can you still see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this one is ChatGPT. So you can see this is the address. If they will ask your if you don't have an account, you can create using Google or Microsoft or other email. But once you go into the ChatGPT, you will have a prompt like this. And in the ChatGPT there are two version, the free and the subscription one. Yeah, I use the subscription one. This is not mine, I borrow from my friend. But what is the difference between the free and subscription? The free is when the demand of because is many people use it at the same time, so the traffic is high, the server getting load higher load, yeah. And then you will sometimes you get disconnected, yeah. And the second, when you ask something, the result is slow, yeah. And then regular the model is updating not very advanced compared to that one. So you can see here when I type what is ChatGPT, maybe you can have not as fast as the premium one. Once you play around with this one, with this services, you need it, you can just pay. Without a proper exploration, you don't know the full potential of this software. Yeah. So I think yes, that is the link. Yeah. Thank you, media. Okay, I will back to the slide. There. Okay. The first question is that what is use case of ChatGPT? Yeah. So because they have they are like human actually. So when I ask what is ChatGPT use case, what are? Sometimes I don't need to care about this one. But our ChatGPT use case, you might have different response. You can see this one. Then the first one, I asked the computer, they say that the first use case, you can create a chatbot. Here, you can see a customer service. Means customer service is the same. Usually, a way to communicate with customer service in a platform or something like that, you use a chatbot. You can use also email or something like that, but it takes longer. I'm sure that you will have different response than mine. Yeah. So just give me a feedback if you have a question or different result or the same result or something like that. So here basically it's the same. Yeah. The first one is for chatting. You create a media to interaction to the public, and the second one a translation. This is very useful for people who learn language, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, something like that, or Javanese, yeah, from my from my original in Java, yeah. And then also text summarization. Summarization is very important when you want to review a paper. You have, for example, you are a PhD student. Maybe in a week you have to read around 100 paper, but you don't have time, so you need this feature to summarize the paper. Yeah. And then we also have sentiment analysis. Yeah. We also have a content generator, a content generation. Sometimes you know what to do, but you don't have the energy or idea to think about only the word. Just let the computer to think the rest, how to create a word of email or a blog post or something like that. If you agree with those what they create, then you can just post it. Yeah. And also personalization, a recommendation to your liking, for example, for traveling, listening to music, yeah, something like that. And also language translation, language learning, yeah. Learning is a different thing. So we see one by one. For example, a chatbot, yeah. So chatbot is basically you can make a conversation with ChatGPT. So I create something here. For example, in this slide, I see I have no idea what I am going to talk about. Just generate 10 topics for chatbot. They generate something, 10 things, and then I want to talk one about the entertainment and media, and then the computer asks me, what do you want to ask? Yeah. Then I ask their opinion. Yeah. What is the opinion, something like that. So maybe, for example, Ms. Ratno, do you have any idea to talk to ask to make something to chatbot or a casual talk, something like that?
Maybe the current topic of research.
Okay.
In prison.
What is the current research topic? Okay. Okay. So they say something like this. Maybe you agree or not. Yeah. Maybe let's talk about AI and machine learning, for example. What aspect I want to discuss about the effect of AI in knowledge management. I just randomly typing something, even if you don't think there is the connection, but I just ask. So they can give you something. So AI concerning about processing data, search and retrieval of the knowledge, and also natural language to understand the text, personalization for each entity, and also predictive. I can ask more. What is the prominent journal in knowledge management and AI? Oh, I'm sorry. You see that I type wrong, prominent. So the ChatGPT still understand what my intention is. So this is very powerful. Yeah. So they have several journal. Maybe I want to know more. What are the prominent paper in this area? I don't need to talk detail in this area. So can a knowledge management AI, a survey, okay, yeah. So you see that, for example, I want to here, this is very fast, yeah. For example, I want to just take his name here. I'm copying this, and I'm typing. What is the methodology? I'm typing. I'm pass. So he knows. Just give it. Yeah. No. So you see that you just can make a chat. This is too serious for me. So you can see that you can, if you are lonely or you have no one to chat, you can just chat a weather, a food, or something like that, a film, a movie. This is there are many possibilities. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So okay, I agree, Mr. Gwinto. But in this stage, we only looking for the information, not creating one, not yet. I will talk about the creation later. So here is the information. I must underline the limitation. The first, I forget to mention earlier. The data set only until September 2021. So after 2021, for example, the war between Russia and Ukraine, they are not there. Yeah, you cannot have the information about it. And the second, for people that not in the domain that we ask, for example, I don't know about knowledge management. If computer gives something about knowledge management, you don't need you don't have to trust 100%. But as a people that I understand blockchain and AI very deeply, so I know when computer answer it wrong. So this is very important for example, for student in a PhD student or a researcher that know what their domain at. So when computer gives the answer, so they know this is wrong or not. But don't try to with something that are not beyond your capability. Yeah. Okay, so I continue because I still have how many minutes I have left? Still long, right?
Still 40 minutes.
Okay, cool. So I will come back to the later to the trial. So translation. Okay, this is very powerful as well. So I have a book in Indonesian called Perahu Kertas. I just looking at Google. Yeah, you can find something, yeah, in your language, maybe maybe in regional language. For example, in Indonesia, Javanese, Sundanese, you can write it, and you can translate directly to English or to any language. Yeah, I have explored many languages, but I only know English, French, and Indonesian and Japanese. I don't know Japanese. I cannot guarantee that is right. Yeah, but you when you are a teacher in language, linguistic teacher or something like that, you can use this one. Yeah, it's very easy. And for student, this is much more powerful. Yeah. So the second, this one is a foreign language. Yeah. So for us, yeah, or for me, where my English is not my mother tongue, yeah. Here, I don't know what is difference between dessert and dessert. Both are dessert. So yeah, difference between dessert and dessert in English. Provide two example. Then they gave the answer. Mr. Blood, you have something to compare? We'll test it. Do you have or anyone? Just type it here. Yeah. What are the advantages if we could translate with ChatGPT compare? I don't know the accuracy. Yeah. But for my trial, yeah, I see that ChatGPT is much more faster, and there are many variation of the language. Yeah, they can use similar when you generated. For example, I have okay, and show this card. I have this one is there is a paper for from my for our in. So I copy this one and I just type it here, translate. You don't need to do like this, but I prefer to do it because I know the prompt and the input. But you can just type it like this, no problem, yeah. But I put it like this, yeah. So you see this one, when you don't like this translation or you don't think it's right, you can generate a new one. So this it's different than Google, yeah. Okay, and then you have an example, Miss Retno?
The similar word?
Similar word, yes.
Okay.
Do you have that? You have one?
Beer and bear.
Okay. Oh, I just type here. What is the difference? Just beer
Yeah.
and bear. Well, give 3 example. Just the prompt is very loosely, yeah. If you get it wrong, then you just type it again. So here, I don't know which is one. Okay, okay, maybe here, just copy here and put it there in English, and provide two, yeah. So you see that I do differently. I do the same like this one, but they are not always make the same response. See? Oh yeah, this is so two. You see this one? They give a dessert in 2 example and dessert in 2 example. Here only one for beer, one for bear. So each one always different response. So this one is like you talk to the human, yeah. So you don't always get the definitive answer. Okay. So there's a chat, Miss Pak Nano. Okay, I never tested yeah, ChatGPT and Google Translate, yeah, but I prefer ChatGPT because they're unpredictably they have always a new creativity to create something over there. Okay, I come back with the, and there here you can create a column like this, yeah. In the first column, type 10 random word bahasa Indonesia, yeah. And then the second column, you can see that what is the phonetic transcription, how to spell it, yeah, how to pronunciation, yeah. Or you just no idea what to write. I want to impress my girlfriend, for example. I want to impress my daughter, for example, yeah. I write an essay about gender equality in 500 words, so they can create. I don't know whether this one is. We need a domain expert to in gender equality to see this one, to see through this one, yeah. But they can create something like that, yeah. And then the another important thing is a creativity, yeah. For example, you can see that as you ask the computer to act as a customer support assistant that is empathetic or apologetic, yeah, and polite, and then the customer is angry, yeah. You want to, you don't find the right word to make them less angry. So ask ChatGPT, yeah, like this, yeah. For example, we can just create, yeah. Here, example, yeah, like as customer support staff that is apologetic and I would say polite, yeah, to answer an angry customer. This one is not email. Angry customer about the low product quality. They can create. Sure, I'll be happy to act. Oh, this should be not in the name, right? So I should write yeah, spontaneous to that employer to spontaneous spontaneously. Yeah. You see, still email. I maybe I put wrong word in here, but you can try that later, yeah. And then I come back here, yeah. Here, for example, you can create jokes. Yeah, wait, this one is you just try on there, and then you can just create for academician is important, yeah. If you don't have an idea, you can just create something like this. Yeah, turn a list of facts of, for example, World War history or knowledge management or yeah, World War history is must into an oh, I didn't say how many numbers. So they create randomly, yeah. So they create also the I put it wrong. Into an EC test. Okay. Into 3 easy test and provide the answer. Maybe I put it wrong, but you can see the idea, yeah. Sometimes or I can just create something like this. Something like this. Sometimes it does not work from this. We can just create a new chat because they create they have a mix with a different question. Okay, you see that? They provide the answer. They provide the test and they provide the answer. Okay, so this one is very cool. You can ask anything about your maybe in a business or something, yeah, or in computer science or something like that. Okay, then I just leave it there. You see that there is a here the answer. Yeah, okay. Okay, then we have also personalization. This is very important. Why it's important? Because when before ChatGPT, you try to go to some platform to find recommendation. Here you just write it. Give me 2 days recommendation trip in Bali. I only want to see beaches, and then cost not more than 2 million rupiah. So they provide you all, and also each of the cost and then the total cost that you might spend. Yeah. Give me playlist content 2 relaxing songs similar to one particular song that I like, Teardrop by Massive Attack. So this one is I create personally I create this playlist on my Spotify. Yeah. Okay. Next, programming as well. Yeah. So create a Python code for social network analysis. So I already test this one because this is my area in social network analysis, and also generate a MATLAB code for traffic simulation. Yeah, you can create many things. Yeah, create for example, I give you a sample. Create a sorting algorithm. Okay. Okay. That is the code. Write it in, if you computer scientist, maybe you can see that. Write it in Python. Yeah. They give and then you can ask more. Oh, they provide you with this one, computation complexity, even though I didn't ask it. Yeah. If you want to know, just what is the computation complexity of this algorithm. Yeah. And then we have sentiment analysis. This one is very nice. Yeah. So you give you ask computer about the sentiment of the text. Yeah. For example, if you want to in my student basically to access this sentiment analysis, they need a specific program. Yeah. Or specific code to compute. Yeah. Even though they are not an engineering student, they just want to see how the public perceive about the product. Yeah. So maybe I will try to create something, for example, something like this. Create a table with two column. The first one column. The first column is the sentence, and the second column is is the father sentiment. Father is the name of algorithm which compute the sentiment. Yeah. So usually we use this one by downloading the code. So you see that now is very much accessible. So what is the sentence that we want to do that? Like I miss you, yeah, but I hate you. There is a song in Indonesian something like this. Or I hate you, but I miss you. So you have any idea, Mr. Retno? Any sentence? Yeah. The movie is yeah, while you're thinking. The movie is very moving. The weather is nice. It's nice, but the storm is coming. Okay, last one. You have?
I will go to holiday tomorrow.
Okay, that's a. I will go to holiday tomorrow. Holiday tomorrow. I just read I will eat. This is a neutral. It should be neutral. So I run this. So you see that here the father sentiment have a range of a value of sentiment between -1 to +1. -1 is very negative and +1 is very positive. You can see his one. I miss you, but I hate you. I hate you, but I miss you. It's the same. Here you can see I will go holiday tomorrow. I think I will go holiday should be a little bit positive, yeah. But here is 0. I will eat eventually is neutral, right? 0 is neutral. So this value before ChatGPT, we need to access to some kind of program or some kind of code. But now you can ask them. you can use another algorithm available like Liu or something like that. Yeah. So this is nice. Yeah. Okay. I have assistant. So in writing paper, this is very important. For example, I have this paper. Yeah. I have a abstract which I think is too strict. Yeah. Then I make. Can you make my paragraph less formal? You just type it like that. Or you can say that I have a chunk of the abstract, like this research answered the social opinion polarization route. This is from one of my paper. Maybe I put like this, something like this. Yeah. A little bit different, but I copy this one anyway. Then I create, and then I want to. Can you continue my paragraph? In case that I'm so lazy to write and I have no idea, sometimes we do this one. There are many things that we need to think only for wording. So just let the computer do the rest, and then. So this is the continuation of the first paragraph, and then I'm sorry. Give me one second. Okay. You just ask the computer to do, but in the end, it depends on you. You like it or not, or you need to modify. Just don't copy and put it. You don't know where this word coming from. But actually, ChatGPT not read the whole document and write it exactly as the original document. They have a similarity. They try to replace the similar word, yeah, vocabulary to the other. Some replacement seems off, yeah, but the other replacement from my case, this one make my paragraph less formal means that they're trying to change the word in the paper, but it depends on you whether you like it or not. Yeah. So this is quite powerful in my opinion. Okay, then also sometimes I don't want to reply the email, just reply the email, be polite and say the idea using ChatGPT in the class. Or they can just make an argument. ChatGPT is good or something like that. So this is powerful. Yeah? And also write a blog post about this is explain why obesity is the problem, how people can lose weight, and why being healthy is important. So actually this is a long post, yeah, but I cut it in here, yeah. So for the purpose of the presentation, and also write a relaxing content, relaxing essay, how not to prepare exam or something like that, yeah. So it's a very good tool. And then a review. Review is important in writing a paper, but I just tell the whole general idea. Give the review about Forrest Gump movie, yeah, and then summarize the book Bitcoin Standard by Amos. So if you have a book before 2021, yeah, and the book most maybe especially the famous one, you just can get the summarization. So if you see when you write when you put the reference on the paper, sometimes you don't have time, yeah, to see the inside of the book, yeah. For example, I use something like this, yeah. I want to this is my paper. I took any paper, yeah. Summarize by Alam Syah. I don't know. I never tried this one. So they have this data set. Okay. Explain more explanation, more summarization. Okay. Okay. You just can read it something like that. It's very easy, right? More paragraph here. So different, yeah. So the most powerful one is how we ask the computer to do. There are no standard prompt or comment. You just type it. Yeah. This is the very genius engineering of a prompt or to ask the question. Yeah. So here, oh, okay. How can we use for academia? Yeah, the first one summarize. Yeah, for example here, summarize this paper. Yeah, this is the paper, and then the one summarized. I tell you the reference, and the second one is concise. If you have sometimes my student try to abstracting their work, they are make many what is called Bu Retno apa ya? Double. I don't know the vocab.
Double words like that?
Not the but redundant. Yeah, sorry, redundant. Oh, they're redundant sentence. For example, the first one they create something about a DeFi or literature review, and the below they talk about it later again. Gitu, ya. They mention it many times. Yeah. So I use this word. This is a powerful word. Concise. Make the paragraph concise from this thing to this one. But this one is not my it's not, we can make it more concise. So I make it more concise like that one. So this is the final percent. So from the first to the second, it's ChatGPT. From the second to the third is me. So that is just cut your work time from number 1 to number 2, from here to here. It's very exhausting. Yeah. If you are a academician, you know what I mean. And the second one, the third one is sometimes you have no idea what is the title. So suggest, ask the computer, the ChatGPT, to give you the suggestion. Here, suggest a strong title keyword for my paper about blockchain traceability for the coffee industry. So they get this one. This is the keyword. This is a very nice title. I like it, but I don't use it. But here the second one, strong title about the same one, blockchain traceability for coffee industry, enhancing transparency and sustainability. Oh, it's very good also. So the keyword is different. So between this one, yeah, between this and this, the same paper, different title. It's up to you which one is more represent to your content. Yeah. Okay. And then sometimes here I say, I have no idea where to find the reference for my paper. I have a paper about blockchain in coffee industry. So suggest 7 relevant reference. Okay, they give you. So here you can continue with summarize, and then you can see which one is suitable for you. So this is a smart way. Yeah. Okay, then we can okay. Okay, from here, yeah, here we go to summarization. Yeah, summarization. Here the sample for summarization. Summarize paper. This paper, yeah, this is one of my paper, talent mapping. Give you the summarization. Sometimes you can ask, but ChatGPT sometimes they have an opinion, sometimes not. Yeah, here write review. Yeah, review about this paper. They will say that I'm not qualified to review, but anyway, the result is quite good. Yeah, surprisingly. Yeah, and then what is your assessment of your methodology? He said that I cannot give my personal opinion, but for my understanding, in ChatGPT say that this is qualitative, using in-depth. So you need how many times to find this methodology, yeah, and how the structure. The author provide well-structured framework, yeah, well-structured framework for talent mapping that is grounded review for several literature. Okay, and how significant the result. Yeah, yeah. So this is a quick a quick review. Yeah. The third one, the next one is find topics. This is I use quite often. Yeah. There is a paper called. This is a very famous paper from. This is the author Sinan Aral. When I see this paper, I take maybe a day to understand the language, the context, the number, the graph. Then using ChatGPT, I want to see what is Sinan Aral talk about in their paper. They talk about this one. Yeah. So this is the content of the paper. Topicnya from topic from number 1 to number 7. Yeah. Okay, and then how to improve work. So you can also especially this one in computer science. Yeah. But I think you can try also in management. You just ask this one, provide ways to provide this paper. How to, oh, sorry, I need to clear this. I provide way to improve. Yeah, and then this is the title, and this is the author. Yeah, then can you they can give you a suggestion what area should be improved from this book. Yeah. Okay. Now might not 100% accurate, but can help you maybe 50 or 70%. Is quite good actually. So this one is efficient structure. You can see for this is abstract for my student. You can see that can provide, that can help. There are two that can. So I hate this one, but I don't know how to fix it because I don't have time. You can the result in the final goal because maybe because it's not great, it's not bad, but we can find similar word with the because. So here they create a more efficient structure of this paragraph. So I test ChatGPT. This is my publication just published yesterday. It's Q1. Yeah. So this is what I told you. And this is the second one. It's about network analysis. This one is about blockchain. How I do it. When my manuscript is finished and I submit to the publication, and then they come up with the review. One of the review is the abstract. The abstract is too complicated and some text is too wordy. Yeah. The majority of the publication, majority of the methodology here is done by my colleague and my student. So I'm not fully control of the text, but when publisher see this one, there are no connection. Yeah, there is a gap between what is writing in the methodology and what is writing in the literature review and introduction. So I need the help. I don't have time to see this one. So I use a concisement or something like that, make my paragraph short, more formal, something like that, and then I get a nice result. So I submit it again, and then they are accepted. Yeah, something like that. So you can use this one. Yeah. Now there are a big problem. How do we know that when we're writing is AI generated or not? So you can go here. Yeah, you can go here. For example, I write 1,000-word essay about importance of living healthy. So I open this one. This is actually is how to go back to the I have here you see this one, but before I go this one, I ask ChatGPT to create something. Do you have topic, Ms. Ratno? Generate topics, generate essay about
adult psychology or adolescent psychology.
Adolescent, like something like this. Okay lah. Psychology in 1,000 words. The requirement is at least 1,000 words, yeah, to be tested. So under 1,000 words, you cannot detect, yeah. So we just wait. It's quite fast in full version. Okay, I go back here to this, the right one. You can see my, I put okay. You can see the right screen.
Yes, sir.
Can you? Here we have a tools, yeah, from OpenAI as well to detect whether the writing is human written or AI generated. Yeah. So what we do is just copy this, all the content that have been generated by computer, and then we copy it and we put it here. Okay. And we ask them, possibly. Yeah. So sometimes the answer is likely, sometimes possibly. Likely is much more stronger than possibly. So we can detect that this one is computer generated. So I use something else. For example, I forgot what writing that I put on my from my paper. This one, yeah, this is my paper. So I try. The paper is in, okay. The paper is in here. Oh, I forgot which paper. Oh, new approach. Okay. The paper is a new approach. So sorry. Okay, the paper is this one. So I just type all the introduction here to go till the end. I copy, then I test it here. Okay, I put it here. Okay, sorry. I paste here and I submit. Very unlikely because I write this one, not the computer. So you just see that how we differentiate between I generated or not. Yeah, you just use this tool. Yeah. Okay, this to detect, and then for the closure, we will see a lot of AI tools coming. Yeah. For example, in a photography, there are many of my friend. I was a photographer, and I take a picture called stock photography. For example, I take a picture of a human or man in front of Eiffel, yeah, Eiffel Tower. You know Eiffel Tower, right? Or man in front of Monash, man running in Monash, or cat riding a motorcycle, something like that. Yeah. So we have before right now there is a photographer that captured this one, but using this technology called DALL-E to generate not text but image. So they have a lot of data which contain man and content of Eiffel, content of running, content of cat, motorcycle. So when I ask this one, then they can produce. But that is not photography, yeah. That is a content, a picture creation. It's similar to the photography. Now it's not perfect, but I think it will get there much sooner than we had anticipated. Yeah, but there's a whole area of text to image, text to video. You can just ask, create a video and then about something. You can see now this is the beginning of the revolution, something like that. So that is all my presentation. I hope this beneficial for you. Yeah, I give back to Ms. Ratno. Thank you.